people of Ghana, it's your Nigerian Get Pleasure bringing you political news in our channel, Ghanatube. Ghanatube is actually committed to bring you all the happenings happening in Ghana, coming and making you understand that Ghana is actually a very best place to stay. Please.
Is the one that the people of Ghanatube
want to say, right? So they are trying to put some numbers together, so I wouldn't be able to engage them now, but you can see the NDC parliamentary candidate there keenly monitoring everything that is happening. She's having her white gear wrapped around her head, her pearls, earrings.
Right, that's Godwin Asidiba there for us in the Dom Kwabenya constituency here on your election command center. This is the biggest constituency in this election with a little over 182,000 registered voters, total registered voters going into this election in Dom Kwabenya constituency. It has 370 polling stations in this constituency, followed by Ashaman, and then we have Amasaman following up. We have Amasaman on our list as well, because there's been some skirmishes as well in the Amasaman constituency. We'll get to here on your election command center. But the Dom Kwabenya constituency was always going to give us a lot to look out for in this election, Martin, because we got into this election with the three-time MP losing at the primaries. That's Sarah Joasafo. We know her. All the issues that she's had with this aid parliament, former minister gender, who was really never at post because of all the issues that she had to deal with, and the parliament troubles with her own side in parliament. And it was quite clear right from the onset that she was really going to have trouble retaining that seat on the ticket of the NPP, and even contesting that particular seat. And then she lost the primaries to Aaron Michael Quay.
And we reference, actually, for those that went out to 182,644, in fact the largest in terms of numbers.
So let's cross over quickly to the NPP headquarters. The press conference is ongoing right now.
His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia this morning. The New Patriotic Party has gracefully conceded defeat in the presidential elections, but there are some outstanding issues to do with the parliamentary elections, and we have called you to address some of those concerns with you this evening, and we appreciate you coming at this show. With us this evening is our Deputy National Organizer, Mr. Chris Lodge, and also with us is our National Coordinator, Alhaji Aziz Futa, and also our third National Vice Chairman, Alhaji Usman Masaudi. This evening to address you is the General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party, Lawyer Justin Frimpong Kodua. Thank you for coming.
Yes, as stated by our Director of Communication, we thank you for making it to our office at this short notice. In the early hours of today, our leader, a presidential candidate, Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, called the NDC presidential candidate, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, to congratulate him as president-elect. It is instructive to make the point that this is the first time in the history of our country that a presidential candidate of a major political party has conceded defeat within 14 hours after the close of polls. This unprecedented development confirms yet again the NPP's commitment to entrenching democracy and safeguarding the stability of our dear country. I want to use this opportunity once again to congratulate His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. The party also used this opportunity to commend our presidential candidate, His Excellency Alhaji Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia, his running mate Dr. Matthew Poku Prempeh, for leading the party's campaign. The party also commends the spouses of the flag bearer and the running mate, the President of the Republic, His Excellency Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, former President John Ajekun Kufuor, Chairman of our national campaign team, Mr. Honorable Dan Butche, officers and members of the party across the country for their tireless efforts that they put in prosecuting the electioneering campaign. However, the NPP has, with great concern, taken notice of the violent conduct of the NDC tax at some of the constituencies' collation centers, i.e. Damango, Ablekuma North, Techiman South, Aworin, Obuasi East, Insawam, Adojiri, Fantiakwa North, Ahafano North, Ahafano South East, Ahafano Southwest, Akwetia, Trobo, Obuasi East, and clearly that the NPP has won the constituency Tema Central. Indeed, data that made our flag bearer to concede this morning shows clearly that the NPP has won the constituencies I've mentioned. But the NDC, knowing very well that they have lost these seats to the NPP, are unwilling to accept their fate and are desperately seeking to compel the EC to do their bidding. We vehemently condemn these attacks and are serving notice that we shall resist every attempt to tamper with the results of the parliamentary elections in these constituencies. I call on the IGP, Mr. Dampare. Mr. IGP, you made a promise to political parties in 2 different occasions when we met you at your office, and your words were unambiguous that you see to it that we have a free, fair and transparent election. Mr. IGP, we believe you have seen what is happening at the various coalition center, and as a political party, the New Patriotic Party, we are calling on you to maintain law and order at the various coalition centers. We must ensure that the rights and safety of all our citizens are protected. We must not allow illegal looting and intimidation of our citizens. And I call on the leadership of the NDC to call its supporters to order and condemn these unnecessary acts of violence. Ladies and gentlemen, because we deal with data, I will this juncture let you know the figures that we have collated from the constituencies that I have mentioned. For Damango, out of the 93 polling stations, 91 were collated, and our candidate, Honorable Abu Napo, was leading by 1,802. In fact, even if we add the 2 remaining polling stations all to NDC, our candidate would have still won. For Afano Southwest, we won by 677. For Fantiakwa North, we won by 452. For Trobo constituency, we won by 8,900. For Akwetia, we won by 2,038. For Obuasi East, we won by 28 votes. For Ablekuma North, we won with 400 votes. For Techiman South, we won with 3,176 votes. And Tema Central, we won by 55 votes. So these are the figures that we have from these constituencies that I've mentioned. And once again, I call on the leadership of the NDC, Your Excellency, former President and President-elect, please, you have made this country in a peaceful manner. we considered without even causing any chaos. For the sake of the peace and stability in our country, for the sake of the properties of several individuals in this country, for the sanctity of the work that the Electoral Commission is doing, please call on your members to allow the Electoral Commission to do their work. Violence should not have a place in our electoral processes. As a country, we have come far from 1992 when we decided to go into multi-party democracy. Over 32 years, we have had a very successful election. Please don't let these acts by the tax in your party mar the beauty of the 2024 elections. Thank you very much.
Please remember to like, comment, follow, put on notification, yes. Get all our news one by one. Thanks.